What is up, you geezer, bloke tie geezers? It is Chris Modern 9 here. I hope you guys had a great Christmas yesterday, making sure you spent quality time with family members. I sure as hell did. I spent some great quality time with family members. I mean, Christmas is a huge part of the year, so as long as you take the time out and take a break from all of the things going on, you know, it's hugely important. Anyway, Boxing Day. Chelsea getting a 2-1 win over Watford at Vicarage Road. Now, if you remember last season, we got absolutely humiliated by Watford following a 3-0 home defeat against Bournemouth. So 3-0, then 4-1. You know, it was really bad times. I mean, we had Conte, who hadn't got a clue what he was doing. Bakayoko, who couldn't play football to save his life. You know, it was terrible. It was really bad times. However, today was different. It wasn't the best game. It wasn't a bad game. It was something in between. You know, 2-1, I'll take it. Whether it was a good game or a bad game, as long as we get 3 points at the end of it. We are still relying heavily on Eden Hazard right now. I don't know what it is, but Hazard, you know, credit to him, he played a fantastic game. He was the better player compared to everybody else, but everybody needs to step up. And, you know, there were players that still are looking very, very sheepish in terms of their play. Marcus Alonso was, I wasn't so sure about him. You know, it was these kind of players that, you know, shouldn't really be starting. You know, following that game against Leicester City, you know, you really shouldn't have been playing. I guess you could say the same for Willian. I mean, he has had worse games than today, but, you know, he didn't put on 100% display. But there was times where he was okay. He wasn't great, but he was okay. But like I said before, Eden Hazard, when he got both goals, he got the first goal right on the stroke of half-time, 45 minutes, rounded the keeper from a fantastic pass, rounded the keeper, finished it, and that was on the stroke of half-time. Now, you'd expect to be able to keep that lead, right? But, you know, not with this defence, not with our defence. Now, we're going to talk about the goal that we conceded, because we're going to highlight a specific David Luiz. Now, David Luiz, okay, he's had some good games recently. He had a good game against Manchester City, and, you know, from that game against Manchester City, he was looking a lot better than he was in that previous game, you know, Manchester City previous game, but then Manchester City had a good game, and then he's been on a sort of an uphill, steep uphill, I guess you could say. Today, though, I don't know what you can say about that awful reaction to the way that Pereira took that volley, and it's almost as if I was having deja vu with that. I mean, Harry Kane, remember that? Remember when he took that shot against Chelsea, against Spurs, where he just completely moved out of the way to let the ball go in the net? Very, very similar situation here. When all he did was just saw that Pereira was going to take that shot, and then he just decides, rather than just put your body on the line to try and block it, just moves out the way. John Terry would never do that. John Terry would never do that. He would get his ball sack in front of the ball to try and block it. You know what I mean? Like, David Luiz just does not have that ruthlessness in him to try and chase the ball down. He just doesn't have it. And, well, it cost that goal, basically. It cost us the lead that we were trying to defend when Hazard scored that goal. Luckily, though, when Hazard went down and we got that penalty, and then Eden Hazard scored that goal to make it 2-1, we didn't really hear that much of Watford after that. I think it was just ruining chances. And I think this is the reason why I say this game wasn't bad and it wasn't great. The fact that it wasn't great was because we were wasting too many chances. Wasting way too many chances. Now, the false 9 does work with Eden Hazard. I mean, obviously, because he was playing a great game today. But that's the thing. If we were playing somebody else as a false 9, right? Imagine if we had, I don't know, Hudson-Odoi. Much as we want him to be on the pitch, and he was on the pitch, by the way, and he got taken off for whatever reason. I don't know. He didn't do too much, I guess. But I'm going way off at a tangent here. If we did not have Eden Hazard playing that false 9, we would have struggled. We would have struggled if Hazard was not playing that false 9. This is the thing. We do not have a target man. Now, there's been rumours that we've been going after this guy, Gonzalo Higuain, from AC Milan. Apparently, we've been thinking about taking him on loan and then sending Alvaro Morata to AC Milan in an 18-month loan deal. Yeah, £60 million, and yeah, we just loan him out about a season a bit later. I don't know what this entails in terms of whether this is actually what's needed for us or whether this is absolute desperation. I don't know. Maybe you can sort of like give me some input on what you think of this. But today, against Watford, just proved that we are desperately in need of a target man. And we need to understand that this false 9 plan is a quick fix. We can't keep relying on Eden Hazard to just collect the ball from the midfield and then just use it and then just run. That's what's making our false 9 look good, is because Hazard has that pace. Hazard knows what to do when he's taking on defenders. He can outrun them, outpace them, outmaneuver them. You know, that's what he can do. If we had somebody else there as a false 9, like I was saying earlier, we'd be struggling. I mean, imagine, you know, Hudson-Odoi on the left side. Much as we want him to play, obviously, because we want him to have more games. Pedro on the right wing. Now, Pedro came off because he got an injury. I think he pulled his hamstring, and that was when Hudson-Odoi replaced him. But if we had Hudson-Odoi, and if we had Pedro on the right wing, and then we had Willian up front, we'd be getting no goals. No goals whatsoever. Whatsoever. That's what I mean. There is literally no penetration. First half, all we were doing was passing everywhere. It was like pass, 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 pass. It's just like Leicester all over again. It was pass, 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 pass. And there's no penetration. There's nobody up front to just arrow the ball towards, to get like either a header or somebody that can hold the ball up. Somebody that can just try and provide for the wingers. And, well, I guess we could have put Giroud on. And Morata, well, I've given up on Morata. That's the reason why he's not playing at the moment. It's just that, you know, the fans have given up on him. Sarri's probably given up on him. I mean, look, he's not even playing right now. We're relying on a false 9, and Morata's not even playing. And that's how much we've given up on Alvaro Morata, so to speak. I don't know. We're looking very clueless when it comes to building something, starting an attack, you know? This whole passing game, this whole possession game is good for Sarri ball, I guess. But when you lack that instinct up front, it's just frustrating to watch. It really is. And like I said, if we didn't have Hazard playing that false 9, we would not be getting goals. Because we don't have penetration. Relying on Willian to be that person to get goals is like trying to wait for an apocalypse to happen, you know? It's just like, it's not going to happen. It's just not. You know, it's just, like I said, Willian is just frustrating to watch. I mean, that's all I can say, really. I don't want to just make this video as an excuse for saying how bad Willian is, how bad Alonso is. But I want to use this video as a way to say that lack of instinct up front is showing, and we need some kind of presence up front to be that guy that can give that perseverance, you know? I don't know whether or not Gonzalo Higuain is the answer to our problems. I mean, I don't know what this transfer deal entails. Maybe it's a quick fix, I guess, but this is not what we should be doing. If we're going to go out for a striker, we need to be aware that this is the target man that we know that we need. There are still things about Morata right now that just scream at me. This is something the board did to appease the fans. This was like the way of saying, oh, we need a target man. Oh, we're still struggling to get someone. Oh, we'll just get Morata for 60 million and that'll be it. And hope that he'll do well. And, you know, he hasn't delivered. And now that he's not starting, now that we're relying on Hazard as a false 9, now that we're sort of thinking about, oh, we'll just send him out on loan. It doesn't really matter how much we paid for him. We're just going to send him out on loan, and oh, hopefully we'll bring Higuain in. How long are we going to get him for? Maybe a couple of months. And let's hope he does something. And then if he does something, how about we'll give him a 5-year contract? How much do Juventus want? It's really confusing to keep up with all of this. And it's, well, I don't know what you think of all this, but I just hope that this false 9 is not going to stick around. Yes, it's working. Yes, Hazard is making it work. But that's the thing. Hazard is making it work because Hazard is Hazard, you know? We can't keep going on like this, okay? Yeah, Hazard got 2 goals, and yes, we won the game, and yes, I'm happy. But is this going to continue the way it is? No, it's not. No, it is bloody not. We need a target man that's going to deliver us goals. I'm still missing Diego Costa. You know what I mean? We have not been the same ever since Diego Costa left. I miss him, man. I want Diego Costa back. I mean, that's the whole thing. That's what it all comes down to. The fact that Costa and Conte had that argument, and then Costa didn't want to play for us anymore, and then now he's gone. Now that we're just sort of like bringing strikers in and hoping that they're working, you know, force 9 this, force 9 that, Morata this, Morata that, new striker in this, new striker in that, you know what I mean? It's a mess. It's a mess right now. Next game is against Crystal Palace. Now I look at this game and I think we're definitely going to win this. But if you remember, Crystal Palace got that win against Manchester City. Now, I don't know. Crystal Palace are unpredictable. We didn't win against them last season. In fact, we lost against Crystal Palace last season at Selhurst Park. Is it going to be the same again this season? I hope not. I hope not. But we need to... Well, we need to keep it up. We got this win. We need to keep it up. We cannot go down on another slope. We can't afford to do that. Of course, right now, we are chasing to be in the top 4. Forget the title. We're not getting that. Just screw that. Liverpool look like they're going to get it. God bloody forbid. I imagine that. Liverpool winning the bloody league after all these years. I mean, credit to them. I mean, they're doing well. I mean, they've got a front 3 that is absolutely tearing it up right now. So I can't... If you're a Liverpool fan, you can't argue with it, to be honest. I mean, you're top of the table, for God's sake. Jurgen Klopp, you know, he's been biding his time to finally get a team that's worthy of actually winning the league. And it's looking like it's happening. So I'm not a big fan of that idea because I don't like Liverpool. But, I mean, look, Chelsea are not winning the title, let's be honest. We're not doing that. But we've got to work hard to at least stay in the top 4. That's what I want to do. I mean, us to be in the top 4, aside from last season's complete catastrophe, that would be something, I guess. That would be something. I mean, we're still in the Europa League. We're still in the League Cup. I mean, yes, we are playing Spurs. But we're still in all competitions that we're in. So, I mean, what's the worst that could happen, I guess? All we need to do is stay in the top 4. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. And if we can do that, it's a huge, huge improvement on last season. And we can be in the Champions League at least. And hopefully, if we are in the Champions League, then it's an idea, maybe Hazard maybe staying at Chelsea and not going to Real Madrid, joining that absolute snake that is Thibaut Courtois. So what do you guys think in the comment section down below? Your thoughts on all of this. And yeah, like I said, 2-1 over Watford. It wasn't a pretty game. It wasn't a bad game. Still relying on Hazard. People still need to step up. We are lacking penetration up front. That's all we need to know, basically. Huge, huge target man is needed. And, well, that's what we've been lacking in recent seasons. If you completely take Diego Costa out of the equation, because let's be honest, every Chelsea fan is probably missing him right now. And everybody's probably wishing that he was still here. So, there we go. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And I will see you in the next video, where I'll probably be talking about Crystal Palace, unless I talk about other things aside from that. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Make sure you follow Chris Modder Games. Amazing gaming channel. I mean, if you're not subscribed to him, I don't know what you're doing. Basically, go ahead. Check out the link. You won't be disappointed. Anyway, guys, until the next video, I shall see you later. Hey door, and peace.